Me.
All I told you was there's a final battle. You must have known there'd be a final battle, so you haven't seen it. No spoiler. There is a final battle.
In my first panel, like, I don't know, I think we were talking about magical girls or something like that, and I was asking the guy who's in charge of the panel, and I was like, would Bayonetta be a magical girl? And he was like, I suppose so. And I'm like, she's my magical girl. I want to find a magical girl like Bayonetta. And someone in the audience was like, you might be able to find a few Pornhub videos. And I was like, about 8 minutes long, because it takes me like 8 minutes to get it up. But send the link on to me anyway, because I can pause it halfway through and get it up and then continue it or whatever. And then the person who was in charge of us walked by and I was like, fuck, we're gonna get fired. And he gave me a thumbs up or a laugh, as in, good job for being inappropriate and making the audience laugh by making a fucked up Bayonetta jacking off joke. But that's how one of my first panels went.
Well, like I said, my first one went with me spoiling Bleach for a fan of Bleach, and then later I cheekily, and this was before I had a YouTube channel or even thought about having a YouTube channel, back when I thought people who ran YouTube channels were godlike and they were epic and I'd never be one of them.
Are you stealing my line?
Yes, I am, blatantly. Thank you for the line, by the way. A friend of mine gave out about the fact that he didn't get anything signed while he was at the con. So I took his Zangetsu that he bought and I autographed the blade of Zangetsu for him before I even thought about doing anything where I could become known by anybody at all.
Yeah, and I also got up on stage, and it was in Belfast, and I was told that I could be anything I wanted to be when I grew up, and I want to be a fucking Pikachu. I would sit in my room in the middle of the fucking floor, and I'd sit down there and be like, Pikachu, until I almost shit my pants. And believe me, one day I'm going to be a Pikachu. And everyone just looked at me, and they were cracking up laughing. Is this guy fucking crazy? I had definitely a few interesting moments at some of my first panels. And I remember I tried to go Super Saiyan, and all of a sudden I made a shit noise and be like, oh, I shit my pants. But I suppose that's the sort of humour that I have with my friends. And I suppose it's very shocking in a panel, but I suppose I was kind of happy with it because I made a lot of people laugh. Maybe at me and not with me, but still I enjoy that. I got to be myself around people who didn't know me, and I got to share some of my humour that I have with my friends, so I was definitely happy with my first panel.
That's something I like about conventions as well, is the fact that you walk into them going, everybody likes a lot of the same things. I don't need to hide the fact that I'm a big nerd, or that I like these things, or that I'm weird in a wonderfully weird way.
You don't have to show up and be like, I know I've talked to you for 10 minutes and we're at an anime convention, but I don't want anyone to know that I'm a nerd.
Yeah, if
you want to be my friend?
At a convention, it's safe to talk about liking Pokemon. It's safe to talk about how Pokemon and Digimon are different, which one you prefer, why you prefer it. It's safe to talk about anything in any kind of nerd way.
Can we get those girls who are singing to be halfway section in the podcast here? Because that'd be fucking hilarious. There's more than that. There's guys who show up and they're I like hentai, ones with tentacles and shit. Nobody really gives a fuck. Some of the crazy. I think liking Pokemon is kind of the minor thing that people are proud about. There's guys who show up, I watch hentai, all sorts of crazy hentai, tentacles everywhere. Blah, 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 blah.
I know a girl that does that.
She goes up and she's like, I like hentai.
I'm not going to name the girl that does that because she'll probably kill me.
She
you know who she is.
I don't know who anyone is.
I know you do know who this girl. Trust me. You were talking to me about her earlier on. So trust me on this one. No names mentioning because I'm not going to.
I know a few crazy
as being a hentai fan.
I know a few crazy people. So she goes up and be like, tentacles all over my face. She
has actually said that
tentacles,
to me.
Bathe in the tentacles. In my mouth. Blah, 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 blah.
She has said similar things like that to me. Not in her mouth though. At least not as
what
far
would
as
you
I'm
do
aware.
in her mouth? What's up with her mouth? Does she have tentacles in her mouth?
Not in her mouth, no.
I'm gonna go talk to her. I want to be her friend now. She's gonna be my best friend now. I don't like tentacles, but that's fucking funny.
Now, just to change topic off of hentai, because we've been on this for about 3 minutes now.
Don't go into yaoi now.
No, not yaoi. Right? I'm a Yuri fan if it comes to that.
Oh, you dirty fucker. Dirty fucker.
What's wrong with lesbians?
What? They're lesbians? I thought it was like
No, Yuri is girl on girl, Yoi is guy on guy.
that's all pretty fucked up. Is there any tentacles in your Yuri?
It depends on which you're watching.
Nope.
Apparently.
Let's change the subject. I think I'm scarred.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep on my pillow. I'm gonna cry my pillow until it's fucking soggy.
No, you're not, because this question will save you. And possibly confuse
Somebody
you.
save
Which do you
me.
prefer, Digimon or Pokemon?
I think like in Pokemon you'll see like say all these Pikachus and they're playing together. You got like the father Pikachu and the uncle Pikachu, and some fucker comes along and throws a Pokeball at it, and it doesn't get in the Pokeball, so he beats the living shit out of that Pokemon with his Pokemon and fucking forces it and captures you for fucking life. Well, Digimon, they fucking choose. They choose to fight for their partners.
In fact, they're friends with their partners.
Yeah, they're friends. You don't have some fucker coming along and like booting around in Pidgeot or like getting his fucking Pikachu to go and electrify the cunts and then imprison it in a Pokeball for life.
So I'm guessing you've seen that picture that's floated around the internet for the last couple of years of Charmander sitting in his Pokeball wearing a nice house coat made out of red felt, smoking a pipe, reading the newspaper with all this fancy furniture around him. Then some idiot throws the Pokeball and goes, "I choose you, Charmander," and the guy gets fucked off of his chair.
I don't think it's very nice to be fit these big Pokemon to these little balls. I think that's fucked up. I think like Ash and his friends are cunts. Well, with Digimon, at least they get the Digimon choose to fight for them if they not fight for them. Like if they like go and fight this guy, they'd be like, "Fuck you, guy! Like I don't want to fight this guy." And they're like, "Okay, we're friends. You know, I can't force you to do anything you don't want to." So I'd say Digimon. I suppose it was a bit darker, and I definitely had like a lot of Digi voices growing up. A lot of the different generations. I also prefer the storyline in general, but I prefer the season 1 and season 2, Gen 1, Gen 2 Digimon cards over Pokemon. And I suppose I came to the realization in the last couple of years that Ash is a prick, and most Pokemon trainers are pricks. Fucking mistreating their Pokemon, and like some fucker's out with his family, some Pikachu, and then some cunt comes along and attacks it and forces it in a Pokeball. That's not okay. That's not cool. That's not.
Not to mention, Pokemon's been around for what, 16 years now, and Ash hasn't aged at all. Yet in Digimon, it went year 1 we have this season, year 2 we have the next season, year 3 it's jumped several years ahead, and the kids you used to look up to are now older teenagers that you still look up to, and you're like, oh my god, they're even more epic.
It's all like the,
at least that's how I felt,
hallucinogenic drugs that Ash has been on that's kind of like stunting his growth. So you can't be like discriminating him because of some of his problems. You know, his mother left him. You know, his mother sent him out into a forest to go and catch Pokemon, to go on an adventure. His dad
mother
left
sent him out of the house so she could do things with Professor Oak.
His mother was 16 when she had him. He's a 10-year-old that his like father has left him and his mother. His mother doesn't care about him. Sent him into the wild to go catch Pokemon, to go into an adventure. Doesn't have many friends. I fucking related to that shit.
I think Ash's dad is Professor Oak, because think about it. The entire of the first season,
you're discriminating.
Pokemon, Professor Oak is cheering Ash on, and not his own acknowledged
I'm pretty
grandson.
I'm pretty sure that's the kind of like standard fare in Ballyfermot. You know, your ma was like 16 when she had you, and your dad left you. I fucking related. Don't be discriminating, Ash.
Your ma was that old, and Finglas is 13.
Yeah, but this was 20 years ago. You know.
Okay, 20 years ago it was 12. Sorry.
No, it was older. It was 16. Now it's 12 or 13. Fuck it, it's fucking 9 practically. Some places.
I don't want to go to those places.
Let's keep you away from those places.
Please do.
I'll put that. I know a guy.
Okay, so what's your favorite game that's not on a portable console?
Dragon Quest would have been my favorite game, but it's also on a portable console. But obviously, games that aren't on a portable console, probably.
If it's been re-released for a portable console, you can say that.
Dragon Quest series.
For one, don't.
Dragon Quest, definitely that series in general. I just love it. I'm obviously big fan of Dragon Ball Z, so Akira Toriyama, I think he does is brilliant. But the Dragon Quest series, or Chrono Trigger, for the Japanese and the American SNES Super Famicom, which was also released on a DS. I love Chrono Trigger.